Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. This is going to be a special show as we recap everything from President's Day weekend and look ahead to tonight's games. It's going to be a special show because it's Rapid Fire Edition. We are going to start with the NBA All-Star Weekend. We'll recap everything, look ahead to what's to come a little bit. All right, so we had the celebrity game as Team Dwayne beat Team Ryan 81-78. The game ended with an attempted half-court buzzer beater by The Miz, which would have won the game as a 4-point field goal. It was, however, disallowed as it was a shot slightly after the buzzer. The Rising Stars Challenge. Team Pau beat Team Zeron 40-25. Team Joaquin beat Team Jason 40-32. And then in the final, Team Pau beat Team Joaquin 25-20. And then the Skills Challenge. Team Jazz won, which was Jordan Clarkson, Walker Kessler, and Colin Sexton. The three-point contest, your winner was Damian Lillard as he knocked off Buddy Hield and Tyrese Halliburton in the final round. The slam dunk contest, Mac McClung won the slam dunk contest. And then the All-Star game, Team Giannis defeats Team LeBron 184-175. Your All-Star game MVP was Jason Tatum with his 55 points and 10 boards. His 55 points is the most amount scored in an All-Star game. We won't see NBA action again until Thursday, and it's a nice slate. So we will preview and pick that slate on the show on Thursday. All right, NHL, we'll look back very quickly between Thursday and Monday. Look ahead to tonight's games very quickly. So Thursday, Canes over Habs 6-2, Jackets over Jets 3-1, Panthers over Caps 6-3, Bruins over Preds 5-0, Red Wings over the Flames 5-2, Blues over Devils 4-2, Kraken over Flyers 6-2, Golden Knights over Sharks 2-1. Friday, Isles over the Pens 5-4, Blackhawks over Sens 4-3 OT, Wild over Stars 2-1 shootout, Kings over Ducks 6-3, Rangers over Oilers 5-4 shootout. Saturday, Preds over Panthers 7-3, Avs over Blues 4-1, Bruins over Isles 6-2, Devils over Pens 5-2, Jackets over Stars 4-1, Leafs over Habs 5-1, Canes over Caps 4-1 in the Stadium Series, Flames over Rangers 3-2 in OT, Canucks over Flyers 6-2, Kings over Coyotes 6-5 shootout, Sabres over Sharks 4-2, Kraken over Red Wings 4-2, and the Golden Knights over the Lightning 5-4. Sunday, Wild over Preds 4-3, Sens over Blues 7-2, Avs over Oilers 6-5 OT, Leafs over Blackhawks. Or I would say Blackhawks over the Leafs 5-3, Devs over the Jets 4-2, and the Coyotes over the Jackets 3-2 OT. Yesterday, Bruins over Sens 3-1, Panthers over Ducks 4-3 in OT, Flyers over Flames 4-3, Sharks over Kraken 4-0. Jets over Rangers 4-1 as their winning streak came to an point streak came to an end. Their winning streak came to an end on Saturday, and the Isles over the Pens 4-2. All right, very quickly, you can do some picks. 7 o'clock, Blues, Canes from Raleigh. The Canes, I'm sure, are Monsters' favorites. So, just trying to pull it up here. Canes minus 385, Blues 3-1, over under 6, overs minus 112, unders minus 108, Blues plus 1.5 is plus 124, Canes minus 1.5 is minus 152. I'm going with the Blues puck line plus 1.5 plus 124. Habs Devils. Devils minus 365, Habs plus 285, over under 6.5, overs minus 102, unders minus 120. Habs plus 1.5 is plus 116, Devils minus 1.5 is minus 142. Habs puck lines the pick. Ducks, Bolts. Bolts minus 580. Ducks plus 420 over under 6.5. Overs minus 132. Unders plus 108. Ducks plus 2.5 is minus 102. Lightning minus 2.5 is minus 122. Ducks puck line plus 2.5. Red Wings, Caps. Caps minus 154. Red Wings plus 128 over under 6 minus 120. Red Wings plus 1.5 is minus 205. Caps minus 1.5 is plus 164. I think the Red Wings can go in there and win. Give me Detroit plus 128 to tie the Caps in the standings. Leafs, Sabres, 7:30. Leafs minus 148. Sabres plus 146 over under 6.5. Overs minus 148. Unders plus 120. Leafs minus 1.5 is plus 140. Sabres plus 1.5 is minus 172. I'm going with Buffalo plus 146. 8 o'clock, Kings, Wild. Wild minus 125. Kings plus 104 over under 6. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Kings plus 1.5 is minus 245. Wild minus 1.5 is plus 94. Unders the pick here. Canucks, Preds. Preds minus 166. Canucks plus 138. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 132. Unders plus 108. Canucks plus 1.5 is minus 176. Preds minus 1.5 is plus 142. Tough one. I like the under 6.5 at plus 108. 8:30, Golden Knights, Blackhawks. Vegas minus 300. Blackhawks plus 240 over under 6.5. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. Vegas minus 1.5 is minus 114. Blackhawks plus 1.5 is minus 106. For this one, I like the over a lot. And then Flyers, Oilers at 9. Oilers minus 345. Flyers plus 270 over under 7. Overs plus 108. Unders minus 132. Flyers plus 1.5 is plus 116. Oilers minus 1.5 is minus 142. I'm going to go with Philly plus 1.5 and plus 116. All right. College basketball. How we're going to do this. We're just going to go through any notable results from Power 5 and then some of the Big East, AAC, Mountain West, ranked teams, etc. Like what I would normally do on a Saturday recap. We'll start with Thursday. Maryland over number 3, Purdue 68-54. Number 2, Houston over SMU 80-65. Middle Tennessee beats 25 FAU 74-70. Wichita State over Temple 79-65. Marshall over Georgia Southern 84-83. Kennesaw State over Liberty 88-81. Number 17, St. Mary's over San Diego 62-59. Iowa over Ohio State 92-75. Santa Clara over BYU 81-74. Number 8, Arizona over Utah 88-62. SC over Cal 97-60. Number 4, UCLA over Stanford 73-64. Number 13, Gonzaga over Loyola Marymount 108-65. Wazoo over Oregon State 80-62. San Fran over Pacific 76-68. Friday notables, Kent State over Eastern Michigan 81-54. Dayton over Loyola Chicago 65-49. Air Force over Wyoming 75-69. New Mexico over San Jose State 96-68. Saturday notables, number 7 Virginia over Notre Dame 57-55. Number 14 Indiana over Illinois 71-68. Number 20 UConn over Seton Hall 64-55. Texas Tech over West Virginia 78-72. BC over FSU 75-69. Rutgers over Wisconsin 58-57. Davidson over St. Joe's 76-75. Kentucky over number 10 Tennessee 66-54. South Carolina over LSU 82-73. Number 6 Texas over Oklahoma 85-83 in overtime. Number 12 Kansas State over number 19 Iowa State 61-55. Number 15 Miami over Wake 96-87. Number 22 TCU over Oklahoma State 175. Georgia Tech over Florida Tech 79-56. Arkansas over Florida 84-65. Queens over Kennesaw State 83-76. Mississippi State over Ole Miss 69-61 in overtime. Number 5 Kansas over number 9 Baylor 87-71. Number 16 Xavier over DePaul 82-68. Number 24 Providence over Villanova 85-72. Virginia Tech over Pitt 79-72. Colorado State over Fresno State 60-57. Toledo over Bowling Green 91-86. Number 1 Bama over Georgia 108-59. Utah loses at Arizona State 67-59. Duke over Syracuse 77-55. A&M over Missouri 69-60. Number 13 Gonzaga over Pepperdine 97-88. Louisville over Clemson 83-73. Number 18 Creighton over St. John 77-67. Number 8 Arizona over Colorado 78-68. Tulane over South Florida 84-66. Washington over Oregon State 61-47. Michigan over Michigan State 84-72. Utah State over Nevada 75-66. St. Louis over Duquesne 90-85. Santa Clara over Portland 103-84. Penn State over Minnesota 76-69. Number 17 St. Mary's over BYU 75-61 or 71-65. SC over Stanford 85-75. Merriman over Pacific 90-88. And number 4 UCLA over Cal 78-43. Sunday notable: Cincinnati over UCF 73-71. Number 3 Purdue over Ohio State 82-55. Number 23 NC State over North Carolina 77-69. Bradley over Southern Illinois 50-48. G-Dub over Bonaventure 83-81 in overtime. Number 2 Houston over Memphis 72-64. SMU over East Carolina 86-70. Georgetown over Butler 68-62. That's a stunner. Nebraska over Maryland 70-66 in overtime. Northwestern over Iowa 80-60. Wazoo over Oregon 68-65. And Boise over UNLV 73-69. And then yesterday, West Virginia over Oklahoma State 85-67. Duke over Louisville 79-62. Number 3 Kansas over TCU 63-58. Illinois over Minnesota 78-69. And then today, so far resulted: Grand Canyon over Park, Arizona 111-38. That's a lopsided one. All right, 6:30 Fox Sports 1 Villanova number 16 Xavier. Xavier's favored by, looks like 4.5, 5. 4.5. I'm gonna lay it with Xavier. They're just better than Nova this year. ESPN 2 number 9 Baylor at number 14 Kansas State. Why isn't that game not showing on? Oh, here we go. Baylor's giving 1.5, totals 147.5. I like the over. ESPN number 11 Tennessee at number 25 A&M. A&M's giving 1.5, totals 129.5. I'll lay it with A&M. ESPNU number 13 Miami at Vatech. And by the way, projections will be back tomorrow. Tech's giving 2.5, totals 153.5. Give me Miami plus 2.5 and plus 128 to win. CBS Sports Network, Murray State, Mizzou State. Mizzou State giving 6.5, total 133.5. I'm gonna take Murray State. ACC Network, Ja Tech, Pitt. Pitt giving a whopping 11.5, total 136.5. Give me the over. SEC Network, Miss State, Mizzou. Mizzou's giving 3.5, total 138.5. I'll lay it with Missouri. VCU, St. Joe's. VCU's giving 5.5, totals 137.5. I'll lay the points of VCU. St. Louis, Richmond. St. Louis is giving only 1.5, totals 142.5. I'll lay that with St. Louis happily. Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan. Eastern's giving 3.5, totals 153.5. I'll take the over. Akron, Toledo. Toledo's giving 3.5, totals 147.5. Over. Central Michigan, Buffalo. Buffalo's giving a whopping 11.5, totals 146.5. I'll take the points. Decent MAC game, Kent State, Ball State. Ball State is a 3.5-point dog, totals 140.5. Oh, give me Ball State. Ooh, I like that. Northern Illinois, Ohio. Ohio's giving 11.5, totals 149.5. I'll take the over. Bowling Green, Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio's 1.5, totals 151.5. I'll lay it with Miami of Ohio. Youngstown State, Robert Morris. Youngstown's giving 4.5, totals 142.5. I'll lay it with Youngstown. 8 o'clock, East Carolina, Tulsa. ECU's giving 2.5, totals 144.5. I'm going to lay it with ECU. 8:30 Fox Sports 1, number 10 Marquette, number 19 Creighton. Creighton's giving 5.5, totals 146.5. Give me Marquette getting the points. That's a lot. Longhorn Network, 9 o'clock, number 23 Iowa State at number 8 Texas. Texas giving 6.5, totals 136.5. Give me the Cyclones, the cover. ESPN tonight, number 17 Indiana at Sparty. Sparty's giving 2.5, totals 136.5. I'll take the over. ESPN2, Tech and Oklahoma. Oklahoma's giving 2.5 totals, 136.5. Tech's playing well, but give you Oklahoma. SEC Network, Georgia and Arkansas. Arkansas's giving whopping 13.5 totals, 142.5. Give me Georgia getting all those points. CBS Sports Network, Utah State and Wyoming. Utah State's giving 6.5 totals, 146.5. Wyoming's been terrible this year. I'm only going to lay the points. Fresno Air Force. Air Force is giving 2.5 totals, 124.5. That's a low total. I'll lay it with Air Force. 10 o'clock, San Jose State, Nevada. Nevada's giving 8.5 totals, 134.5. I'll take the over. And then CBS Sports Network at 11, Colorado State at number 22, San Diego State. San Diego State's giving 10.5 totals, 136.5. I'll lay the points with San Diego State. All right, now I'll move on to soccer. We'll recap all the leagues from the weekend and all the games that were played today as well. We'll be picking soccer games again starting on tomorrow's show. We'll start with UEFA, the Champions League. We have results today. Napoli over Frankfurt 2-0 and Real Madrid over Liverpool 5-2. And in the English League Championship, Friday, Cardiff over Reading 1-0. Saturday, Millwall over Sheffield United 3-2. Blackburn over Swansea 1-0. Blackpool over Stoke 1-0. Huddersfield over Birmingham 2-1. Hull Preston 0-0 draw. Burnley over Luton 1-0. Borough over QPR 3-1. Coventry over Rotherham 2-0. Bristol City Sunderland 1-1 draw. And Wigan Norwich City 0-0 draw. And yesterday, Watford over West Brom 3-2. Today, Blackburn over Blackpool 1-0. Millwall, Burnley 1-1 draw. Norwich City, Birmingham. Norwich City wins 3-1. Rotherham over Sunderland 2-1. And Stoke over Swansea 3-1. English Premier League Saturday. Arsenal over Aston Villa 4-2. Crystal Palace, Brentford 1-1 draw. Fulham over Brighton 1-0. Southampton over Chelsea 1-0. Everton over Leeds 1-0. Nottingham Forest, Man City 1-1 draw. Bournemouth over Wolves 1-0. And Liverpool over Newcastle 2-0. Sunday, Man United over Leicester 3-0. Tottenham over West Ham 2-0. Then we have Mexican Liga. Thursday, Pachuca over Mazatlán 3-2. Friday, Juarez, Leon 0-0 draw. Cruz Azul over Puebla 3-1. Saturday, Athletic San Luis Santos 1-1 draw. Monterrey and Necaxa. Monterrey wins 2-1. Tigres over Atlas 1-0. And Guadalajara over UNAM 2-1. Sunday, Querétaro and Mazatlán 1-1 draw. America over Tijuana 2-1. And Toluca over Pachuca 2-1. Spanish La Liga. Friday, Girona over Almeria 6-2. Saturday, Real Sociedad over Celta Vigo. I'm sorry, that's a 1-1 draw. Betis over Valladolid 2-1. Mallorca over Villarreal 4-2. And Real Madrid over Osasuna 2-0. Sunday, Espanyol over Elche 1-0. Rayo and Sevilla 1-1 draw. Athletic over Athletic 1-0. And Barcelona over Cadiz 2-0. Monday, Getafe over Valencia 1-0. German Bundesliga, Friday, Augsburg over Hoffenheim 1-0. Saturday, Gladbach over Bayern 3-2. Stuttgart over Cologne 3-0. Freiburg over Bochum 2-0. RP Leipzig over Wolfsburg 3-0. And Frankfurt over Bremen 2-0. Sunday, Union Berlin and Schalke 0-0 draw. Dortmund over Hertha 4-1. And Mainz over Leverkusen 3-2. Italian Serie A, Friday, Napoli over Sassuolo 2-0. Saturday, Bologna over Sampdoria 2-1. Milan over Monza 1-0. And Inter Milan over Udinese 3-1. Sunday, Lecce over Atalanta 2-1. Fiorentina Empoli 1-1 draw. Lazio over Salernitana 2-0. Juventus over Spezia 2-0. And AS Roma over Verona 1-0. And then yesterday, Torino and Cremonese 2-2 draw. French League 1. Friday, Auxerre over Lyon 2-1. Saturday, Nice and Reims 0-0 draw. Strasbourg over Angers 2-1. And then Sunday, PSG over Lille 4-3. Monaco over Brest 2-1. Lorient over AC Ajaccio 3-0. Rennes over Clermont Foot 2-0. Montpellier over Troyes 1-0. Lens over Nantes 3-1. And Marseille over Toulouse 3-2. And then English FA Cup comes back next week. So that's it for soccer. Now move on to golf. We had the what was the tournament called? The Genesis Open. Your winner, 17 under, John Rahm. Second, 15 under, Max Homa. Third, 14 under, Patrick Cantlay. Fourth, 13 under, Will Zalatoris. Fifth, 12 under, Keith Mitchell. Tied for sixth, 11 under, Colin Morikawa, C. Thiglia. Eighth, 10 under, Matt Kuchar. Tied ninth, 9 under, Adam Svensson, Gary Woodland, Jason Day. Tied for 12th, 8 under, Scotty Scheffler, Harry English. Tied for 14th, 7 under, Seamus Power, Taylor Hogue, Dylan McCarthy, Shane Lowry. Tied for 18th, 6 under, Danny Willett and Lucas Hodges. Tied for 20th with 5 under, Victor Hovland. That was my pick. Sam Ryder, Nate Lashley, Cam Young, Justin Thomas, Ricky Fowler, Tommy Fleetwood, Tony Finau, Peter Malnati. Tied for 29th with 4 under, Aaron Ray, Kramer Hickok, Rory McIlroy, Luke List. Tied for 33rd with 3 under, J.J. Spawn, Xander Schauffele, Wyndham Clark, Tyler Duncan, Thomas Dietrich, Nate Taylor, Sung Hoon Kim. Tied for 40th with 2 under, Stefan Yeager, Kevin Tway, Lucas Donald, Justin Sue, Tyrell Hatton. Tied for 45th with 1 under, Seb Straka, Adrian Murnick, Michael Thompson, Tiger Woods, and Tom Kim. Tied for 50th at even, Adam Schenk, Matthias Schwab, Kevin Stroman, Sam Piercy, Adam Long, Mackenzie Hughes. Notables, tied for 56 with 1 over, Sunjam, Jonathan Vegas. Tied for 58th with 2 over, Christian Ziedenhout, Lucas Herbert, Ben Taylor. 61st with 3 over, Corey Connors. Tied for 62nd with 4 over, Trey Mullinax, Davis Lipsky, Doug Gibb. 65th with 5 over, Adam Scott. 66th with 6 over, Adam Hadwin. Tied for 67th with 8 over, JB Holmes, Emiliano Grillo. Among those cut, JT Potson, Justin Lauer, Kurt Katayama, Taylor Montgomery, Justin Rose, Jordan Spieth, Lucas Glover, Hideki Matsuyama, Matt Fitzpatrick, Pat Kazir, Camp Champ, Max McGreevy, Doc Redmond, Austin Smotherman, Alex Molly, Alex Loren, Danny Lee, Troy Murray, Adam Putnam, Veo Hassler, Dylan Fratelli, Kevin Kisner, Brendan Todd, Nate Hardy, Joel Dahman, Max Hubbard, Brett Horschel, Matt Wallace, Robert Streb, Martine Laird, Chesner V, Russell Knox, Chasen Hadley, Nate Watney, Grayson Sieg, Matthew Neesmith, and withdrawing from the competition, Lando Griffin. Next tournament is the Honda Classic. It will begin on Thursday the 23rd. I'll have a pick for you on tomorrow's podcast because the tee time is 6:50 a.m. Oh, wait, that's 6:50 a.m. Pacific time. Never mind, it's not Eastern. But I'll probably give out my pick on the show tomorrow, just in case we run late with the Thursday podcast. All right, NASCAR from the weekend. Very fun. Great experience. I attended the Daytona 500, as I mentioned on the show several times, and I also attended the Xfinity race, which was the Beef It's What's for Dinner 300. We'll start at the Daytona 500 results. Your winner, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., very unexpected winner. Double overtime. Second was Joey Logano. Third, Chris Bell. Fourth, Chris Buescher. Fifth, Alec Bowman. Sixth, AJ Allmendinger. Seventh, Daniel Suarez. Eighth, Ryan Blaney. Ninth, Ross Chastain. 10th, Riley Herbst. The rest, Travis Pastrana, Kevin Harvick, Zane Smith, Cody Ware, Martin Truex Jr., Corey LaJoie, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Eric Almirola, Brad Keselowski, Austin Cindric, Noah Gragson, Ty Gibbs, Harrison Burton, Todd Gilliland, Michael McDowell, Connor Daly, BJ McLeod, Jimmy Johnson, Justin Haley, Austin Dillon, William Byron, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Preece, Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, Tyler Riddick, and Ty Dillon. Xfinity, Beef It's What's for Dinner 300, your winner in overtime, Austin Hill. Second, John Hunter Nemechek. Third, Justin Allgaier. Fourth, Parker Retzlaff. Fifth, Myatt Snyder. Sixth, Riley Herbst. Seventh, Joe Graff Jr. Eighth, Ryan Sieg. Ninth, Cole Custer. 10th, Justin Haley. 11th, Jeb Burton. 12th, Chandler Smith. 13th, Stephon Parsons. 14th, Brandon Jones. 15th, Josh Williams. The rest, Parker Chase, Jeremy Clements, Joey Gase, Sammy Smith, Greg Golding, Kyle Sieg, David Starr, Parker Kligerman, Anthony Alfredo, Jeb Buford, Josh Barry, Sam Meyer, Jeremy Earnhardt, Brent Moffitt, Jesse Awuji, CJ McLaughlin, Kaz Grallab, Brendan Poole, Sheldon Krieg, Ryan Ellis, Daniel Hemrick, Blaine Perkins, and Bailey Curry. And in the truck race, the Next Era Energy 520, this race got called with 20 laps to go due to rain. Your winner, Zane Smith, coming in second. Tanner Gray, third. Christian X, fourth. Colby Howard, fifth. Grant Effinger, sixth. Ty Majeski, seventh. Tyler Ankrum, eighth. Corey Heim, ninth. Matt Crafton, 10th. Chase Elliott. The rest, Ben Rhodes, Carson Hosfar, Travis Pastrana, Sammy Smith, Jason White, Timmy Hill, Chase Purdy, Derek Kraus, Josh Rume, Matt DiBenedetto, Jason White, Chris Wright, Corey LaJoy, Mason Massey, Chris Hacker, Nick Sanchez, Jack Wood, Stuart Friesen, Raja Karuth, Daniel Dye, Brett Holmes, Parker Kligerman, Cody Rohrbach, Clay Greenfield, Haley Deegan, and Dean Thompson. Alrighty. A very rapid-fire section of news and notes. The notable things that have gone on since we last did a podcast. The big news coming down now is that the Hawks have fired Nate McMillan after 29-30 record this season. This isn't stunning. There are rumors that his job was in jeopardy. The team's underachieved badly. Trae Young's going to be perceived as a coach killer. Joe Prunty named the intern coach. And then 3 candidates, Quinn Snyder, Kenny Atkinson, and Bucks assistant Charles Lee. Snyder is looked upon to be the favorite. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the Brooklyn Nets extend Jacques Vaughn to a multi-year contract past the 23-24 season. Good for him. Been through a lot this year, obviously, and with his team. So, we'll see how that goes. Kevin Love was bought out by the Cavaliers, and he signed with the Miami Heat. Russell Westbrook was bought out by the Utah Jazz and signed with the Clippers. I think the Kevin Love impact will be better than the Westbrook impact. Myers Leonard back into the NBA. Hasn't played since 2021 after suspension for using an anti-Semitic slur. And he's on a 10-day contract with the Bucks. Pat Beverly bought out by the Magic and it's signed with the Chicago Bulls. The NBA is open to lowering the age limit as the league wants a plan to ensure veterans wouldn't lose their jobs and young players could have success. RJ Hampton signing with the Pistons after he cleared waivers. So, Clayton Kershaw out of the World Baseball Classic. Nothing's wrong, but things didn't work out for him to play. That's not great for Team USA. Tim McCarver, the longtime broadcaster, 2-time World Series champion, passed away on Thursday at the age of 81. Thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his friends, the Fox crew, his former teammates. That's just very sad news. He was a wonderful broadcaster, and he was a great player as well back in the day. Yankees infielder DJ LeMahieu says he's 100% healthy, ready to go after avoiding foot surgery in the offseason. Guardians pitching prospect Daniel Espino being shut down as he has a strain and tear in his shoulder. That's not great. Looks like Tommy John surgery. Suzuki of the Cubs is already recruiting Shohei Ohtani. And I really think the Chicago Cubs are going to be played to sign Ohtani. I've been saying that for a while. Look out. They signed Swanson. They want to be good again. Elvis Andrus re-signs with the White Sox, 1-year deal. Aaron Nola and the Phillies are talking about an extension. And speaking of extensions, the Padres reportedly offered Manny Machado 5 years, $105 million. It was rejected. And then it was reported that they're $145 million apart, as he wants 10 years, $400 million, which is insane for somebody his age. And then he plans to opt out. But I think the team that's going to sign him is going to give him a lot of money, but less years. That's my guess. So some more basketball news on Lonzo Ball. Is not going to play this season. That does not surprise me. Giannis avoids serious damage in right wrist, but still expected to miss games. He'll return to action once pain subsides. Some WNBA stuff. Brittany Griner back with the Mercury on a 1-year deal. It's going to be an emotional ride for her, for sure, after what she went through in Russia. So we'll see how that goes. Diana Taurasi back to the Mercury for her 19th season, multi-year deal. And by the way, I think there's a reason why Griner was signed only a 1-year deal. I think it's because of some uncertainty potentially going on with her, and that's why she's on a 1-year deal. That's my take. College basketball poll out. Houston's won. Houston might be one for the rest of the year. They're so good. Number 2 is Alabama, 3 is Kansas, 4 is UCLA, 5 Purdue, 6 Virginia, 7 Arizona, 8 Texas, 9 Baylor, 10 Marquette, 11 Tennessee, 12 Gonzaga, 13 Miami, 14 Kansas State, 15 St. Mary's, 16 Xavier, 17 Indiana, 18 UConn, 19 Creighton, 20 Providence, 21 Northwestern, 22 San Diego, 23 Iowa State, number 24 TCU, 25 Texas A&M. Good for A&M finally getting in there. They deserve it. Others, NC State, Pitt, Oral Roberts, Maryland, Kentucky, BC. Or I'm sorry, not BC, Boise State. I misread that. I'm sorry. BC belongs nowhere near the rankings. FAU, Arkansas, Charleston, Southern Miss, Duke, Mizzou, K-State, as in Kent State, Illinois, Nevada, Oklahoma State. Dropping from the rankings, obviously, NC State and FAU. Biggest riser, obviously, other than A&M getting in the rankings. They really were like the honorable mention of all honorable mentions last week. But the biggest riser, Northwestern. As they were unranked and now they're ranked. They deserve to be ranked too. Biggest fall, definitely Iowa State. They've been struggling of late. A lot of football stuff. Alvin Kamara indicted as he's among 4 men charged in alleged beating at a Vegas nightclub last year. That came down on Thursday. I think there's more to that story. So a lot of coordinator changes. The Cardinals hire Eagles linebacker coach Nick Rallis and Browns quarterback coach Drew Petzing as OC and DC, respectively. Rallis being the DC and Petzing being the OC. There's rumors going around about Jalen Ramsey's future. Ahmad-Ra St. Brown made a recruiting pitch, apparently, to Jalen Ramsey, and then Ramsey could be released by the Rams, so we'll see about that. Scouts say that Zeke has little left, as Ezekiel Elliott's market value is seen as very low, as speculation of his release from Cowboys swirls. The Jets had a really good meeting with Derek Carr, and the team is still keeping tabs on Aaron Rodgers. The Panthers hire offensive coordinator Thomas Brown. as he was the former Rams assistant head coach and tight ends coach. Eric Bieniemy leaves the Chiefs and is going to the Commanders, as he is Washington's assistant offensive coordinator. So Bieniemy moves on from the Chiefs, although the Chiefs just won the Super Bowl. He was just a free agent, and I guess he wanted more than the Chiefs were offering. We'll see Bieniemy's what he can do in D.C. Aaron Jones staying with the Packers as he agrees to an $11 million salary for next season. Deal includes $8.52 signing bonus. The Cardinals released Vance Joseph as its former DC as a candidate to return to the Broncos as their DC or become the Eagles DC. There's an expectation among New York Giants sources that Daniel Jones' new contract will come in at over $35 million annually, and then he switched agents, and then the Giants will not rush on him or Saquon Barkley. Potential franchise tags would not come much before March 7th. The Giants also resigned Isaiah Hodgins. Some hockey stuff. Tyler Mott traded to the Rangers for Julian Gauthier and a 2023 7th-round pick. So Tyler Mott back to the Rangers. Jonathan Taves will not be dealt as he is continuing his recovery from a COVID-related illness. Jake DeBrusk came back for the Bruins on Friday. Matt Barzal out for the Islanders for further notice due to a lower body injury. And then a couple NFL injuries we forgot to hit on. Jonah Williams, knee surgery. Joe Asai, shoulder procedure from the Bengals. And then Mecole Hardman, groin repair surgery this morning. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There was one that jumped out at me in college basketball. I really like a slight favorite. I am going to lay a quarter unit on St. Louis minus 1.5 at Richmond. I think that looks really, really easy. I mean, it could be too good to be true, but I just don't think Richmond's very, very good. I think St. Louis is pretty good, so I'm going to lay quarter unit on St. Louis minus 1.5 on the road at Richmond for my best bet of the day, and the first best bet in a week, believe it or not. All right, that's it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.